Hello, beautiful souls. This is Julie with Into Heartspace, looking at the energy of the first month of 2018, January. Welcome. I hope the holidays were a success and that you got through it with flying colors without too much fuss and muss. Saturn has entered into Capricorn, so we've had that energy kind of getting us going, feeling like we're kind of walking through the mud, but that's good. It's building endurance, it's building strength for what is to come. So know that if you do feel a little fatigued, if you feel like, I used to be able to move so much faster, it's okay, it's all right. We're trying to get our footing during this transit the last 2.5 years. So be patient with yourself, listen to your body, but of course Capricorn likes you to follow the rules and to put the work in. So follow the rules and put the work in. Figure out the rules so you can work around them later on, but right now you need to figure out the game. So as a collective, this energy that we're going to be carrying on for the rest of 2018 is that of work, of diligence, of what we need to do to be successful, that nothing is given to us, that everything is earned. So in January, really set your intention with what is it that you want to work on? What is it that you want to build? Not what do you want to be given to you? I'm going to pull from, I love my Knafo deck. So we're going to pull a card for the collective pull, and then I'll go into your individual readings. So, calling in the highest of light, the highest of energy to guide us. What is the collective energy, the one card that will pull us all together, that we will all feel in some regard in January of 2018? The Rebel. Don't you love that? Don't you love that the Rebel pulled out when we have Saturn in Capricorn, the Diligence, the Taskmaster, and we have the Rebel. So it's this almost conflict that we have going on, like I know the rules, but I want to break the rules. In order to change anything that we do in our life, you have to understand it. If you want something to shift, you have to understand why it needs to shift, what goes into that aspect so that you can change it. You can't just change something you don't understand. So, with the Rebel, you have to understand the institution, you have to understand the rules, the regulations in order to make it different. The Rebel is powerful in that you know the fringe and you know the center as well. So let's pull on the Knafo and see what she has to say about the Rebel as well. The Rebel represents an energy that comes from within and is unapologetically authentic. Oh my gosh. So this is great. Like there's a lot of energy of who are you truly? What is your honesty? What is your truth? What is it that you want to portray as you being truly you? No longer being covered, being masked by something else, trying to be what other people want you to be. What is your soul essence? What is your inner spark, your truth that doesn't matter what other people think? What is it? And how are you going to describe that and express it out to the outer world so that it makes sense to not only the people who are receiving it, but to yourself as well? Let's see, where was I? Don't be afraid to use the Rebel energy to create new situations. This takes getting into higher vibrations in consciousness. Be original. The information comes from within, not from your external environment. Take from your own ideas and thoughts. Build you, January. 2018 will be built on your truth and on your true foundation of who you are. So if you aren't sure who you are because you have been living this facade for so long, start to unpeel that onion, unpeel all those aspects of that you have created to appease your surrounding, to appease your family, your friends, your job. Start unpeeling that onion, unpeeling it, and seeing who is truly there in the center and the essence of your truth. And from there is where you need to start to build and blossom. But it takes a while to get there when we have created so many different states of armor to protect ourselves from being hurt, from being ridiculed, from being rejected. Like, that's our biggest fear, isn't it? To be rejected by those we love, by what we hold dear, what we respect. Now respect yourself enough to let go of those and just be in you. Once you do that, a huge weight will be lifted from your life, from your soul, from how you walk through your day. Because no longer are you carrying the weight of everyone's opinion of you. You're only carrying what is truly there. Alright, also remember to like, share, and subscribe these videos, please, definitely. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to go on to the individual readings, and so this is for the Sun, Ascendant. Ascendant is the rising sign or the moon sign. Also, if you're in Colorado, I am doing the tea and tarots. I'm doing local ones as well as private ones. So if you are interested in having me come into your home, come into your work, and talk about different aspects of tarot and astrology, I'd love to do that. And I am willing to travel. So if you live not in Colorado, contact me and see if we can't work something out. I'd love to meet some of you or all of you, and any that want to travel to Colorado too. That would be wonderful. All right, so let's go on to our individual readings. Hello, Sagittarius. This is Julie with Into Heartspace, looking at January 2018. Happy New Year. Hope all is well already. Things are off to a good start. Yes? If you would like a personal reading, find me on Facebook, email me, go to my website, and you can find me on Instant Go. So let's call in the highest of light, the highest of energy to guide us on this reading, calling in the divine. What messages do you have for my Sagittarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon signs? What messages for Sagittarius? Okay. This is a different deck than I usually use called Joie de Vivre. You can go down below and I put a link to checking it out. Okay. And the energy that's coming in from the beginning, from December into January, is the Four of Cups. So with the Four of Cups, it kind of has a feeling of wishing for something that somebody else has, being envious, jealous of a situation of someone else. So Sagittarius, you might have been looking at someone over the holidays or New Year's thinking, gosh, I wish that was me. And then we have the Knight of Wands reversed, we have the King of Wands reversed, and then we have the Sun reversed. And the Six of Wands, Judgment, and then the Page of Swords reversed. So we have 3 people showing up. More like 2 people showing up, okay? But we do have the Sun, and even though it's reversed, that's still a positive. So with this energy here of the King of Wands reversed, I feel like this is probably why you feel like the Four of Cups energy of like, gosh, I wish I had that, is, the King of Wands didn't pan out to be exactly what you wanted, okay? They're all talk, they're all, pomp and circumstance, they're all smoke and mirrors, they're saying a good game, but they're not actually playing it. And so it's just a disappointment to you. It's such a disappointment that this person actually wasn't who they said they were, or who you thought they were. And the Knight of Wands in reverse, I feel like, kind of let you know this. Kind of let you know that this King of Wands is not the right person, is not who they said they were, and is a liar in a way. But the Knight of Wands did it not to help you out, but because they are jealous of the King of Wands, because they want what the King of Wands has, or they're just doing it to be kind of vicious and mean. All right, and so the Six of Wands is really asking you to kind of, tap out, move on, go to some, tap out of the situation. You don't need it. You don't need it. And they're going to get their just desserts. Like, I like that the Judgment card is upright. Like, everyone who's doing something that's a little sneaky Pete is going to get caught and is going to be exposed for what they're doing. We also have the Page of Swords in reverse, and so this is a young energy. The Page of Swords is, but I do feel like it's more of like a cousin or a sibling, a younger sibling. It could be a child, but it's somebody who you hold dear, but you actually feel like you have to take care of. All right, and they're in the reverse, and in a way, they're kind of like the brunt of this situation. They're carrying the weight of this on their shoulders. They're like, because of this Knight of Wands and this King of Wands kind of causing a rigmarole, it's affecting their life and they're not reacting to it really well. So with this Sun energy, it's like, in a way, this had to happen so that it could all be exposed, so then the Sun could go upright. All right, so the Sun is like, hold on a second, there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of fun stuff coming your way, Sagittarius, but first we got to take care of the situation so that they don't kind of ruin what's to come. So it's kind of exposing certain people who have turned out to be less than desired in your life, and letting you know to kind of set boundaries with them so that you don't have to carry their energy and their poor choices with you further on in 2018. So let's pull out 2 more cards just for some more guidance. Temperance, yeah, balance with self. And then the 5 of Wands. All right, so there's no point in fighting with these people who have done you wrong. There's no point in kind of stoking the fire, because it's kind of like that situation, and I've said it before, of like a pigeon playing chess with a pigeon. It doesn't matter if while you're playing, the pigeon's going to like crap all over the board and think it's won. It's a pigeon. It's not a fair playing field, okay? So these people think they've won even when they haven't. They're going to lie. They're going to do deceit. They're just going to walk all over the chessboard, crapping on it, saying, I'm the winner. And so you don't want to fight with that. There's no point, because it's not logic. It doesn't take logic. It does whatever it wants. And so Temperance is saying, hey, find your balance, find your acceptance and your forgiveness within yourself, and then be okay with that and understand that this situation, you probably won't get a I'm sorry or, vindication. I mean, they will be exposed, but you may not get that satisfaction of saying, aha, I told you, I knew they were liars. You may not get that, but not to fight for it, to let it go so that you can move on and take the lessons that you've learned and carry on. The 6 of Wands really wants you to move it forward. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card from the Animal Wisdom, just so that it gives us guidance in January from the Animal Kingdom. All right, and it's Cow, fertility, purity, divinity. Let's see if it's the right way. Okay. The cow is among the most ancient and sacred of animals. In Egypt, a cow sculpture with a golden sun between its horns was paraded around in a nocturnal passion play depicting the death of the god Osiris, an annual event performed on the Egyptian All Souls' Day. The cow figure itself represented Isis, the wife of Osiris, who was in search of the body of her dead husband. Isis, the foremost Egyptian goddess, was associated with abundance and fertility. The beast is sacred in India, where it is considered a being of purity and fertility. In Hinduism, the bovine represented the female power in nature, whereby the earth itself is conceived as a cow, and all vegetation and fruit derives from its milking. All right, so it's time to really kind of plot your own fertility, your own purity, your own divinity. Because these people here are trying to take it from you, are trying to dampen your strength and your purity. Don't let that happen. Keep it within. Keep it very solid within, and don't let these people who are crapping on your chessboard win, because they're not playing the same game, and it's a game that you do not want to play. So just tap out and go on your way. All right. If you would like a personal reading, find me on Facebook, email me, or go to my website. Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe this video, and remember, listen to your heart and the body will follow. Until next time, much love, joy, and blessings.